Warning. The following file describes a highly infohazardous entity. Please proceed with caution. Item number, SCP-5776. Level 5 Top Secret. Containment Class, KETER. Disruption Class, Amida. Risk Class, Critical. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-5776 is currently housed in a classified large containment cell in Site-19. A reality anchoring device must be kept inside the cell, attached to SCP-5776 at all times. If it is for any reason to breach containment, its recapture is to be of alpha priority and all expendable resources must be spent to resecure containment and prevent an XK end of the world scenario. If it cannot be recontained, then SCP-5776 must be left to roam the planet, as interfering is likely to further anger it. It really wants to destroy everything. Description: SCP-5776 is an extremely powerful entity capable of causing devastating amounts of destruction to human civilization. Pretty terrifying if I say so myself. It seems SCP-5776's primary goal is to destroy everything it can, and seemingly nothing is able to prevent it completing this goal if it is not contained, so we need to make sure it doesn't get out. Despite what you may be told, it is 100% not a common food product. SCP-5776 is absolutely capable of drastically altering its shape, mass, and even cellular or genetic makeup. Due to this ability, its primary objective can be carried out swiftly and effectively, making it extremely important that containment is not lost. It is believed that the entity is capable of causing humanity's extinction in a matter of days or even hours if it is able to escape. SCP-5776 appears extremely eager to escape custody, expressing heightened frustration to the Foundation, claiming it will destroy us first. Despite a reality anchoring device being attached directly to SCP-5776 at all times, it still is able to carry out its shape-shifting abilities to a limited degree, which is annoying, almost as much as being locked up. The following is a list of all forms SCP-5776 has taken while in secure containment, in order of when SCP-5776 initially materialized as them. An unknown large beast. An unknown winged scorpion. SCP-redacted. 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 Dr. redacted. O5 redacted. SCP-redacted. A giant amorphous entity. A small, white cylinder, not a small edible product, current form. Notably, when SCP-5776 alters appearance, including into other anomalies, it gains the item or entity's abilities, though these effects can be dampened by a reality anchoring device. This further makes it an immensely powerful entity, so SCP-5776 must not gain knowledge of any other anomalies that are presently contained by the Foundation or any other groups of interest, otherwise it will destroy everything. Recovery Log 5776. This file has been removed by order of O5 redacted because it was too scary. SCP-5776 is capable of communicating with researchers depending on its current form. Due to this, attempts have been made to reason with SCP-5776 and have a conversation with it. These attempts can be found in Interview Log 5776-1 and Interview Log 5776-2. Interview Log 5776-1. Interviewer, Researcher Ux. Interviewed, SCP-5776. Begin log. Researcher Ux, hello. SCP-5776, silence. SCP-5776 begins to resemble SCP-redacted, presumably to be able to speak. Researcher Ux, wow, you are very scary. SCP-5776, are you able to SP? SCP-5776, implodes into a ball of fire, causing a site lockdown, and Sector 5 of Site-19 is severely charred from the flames. End log. Interview log 5776-2. Interviewer, Researcher Davis. Interviewed, SCP-5776. Begin log. SCP-5776, in amorphous, gel-like state. Why am I here? Researcher Davis, you are dangerous to us. Also, may I say you are particularly terrifying and not cute. SCP-5776, yes. I am aware. Researcher Davis, do you have any comment on what you did to Sector 5 during your interview last month? SCP-5776, I will do it again. Researcher Davis, what? SCP-5776 violently releases a burst of plasma-based fire, however blast doors are shut in time so as to not have a repeat incident. Following interview 5776-2, speaking to SCP-5776 directly was forbidden under any circumstances. Incident Report 5776-1. On redacted 2012, SCP-5776 escaped containment in the chaos of a mass containment breach of Site-19. The entity headed directly west, where it would likely intercept with multiple populated settlements and a major city. MTF Epsilon 11 Nine-Tailed Fox and MTF Alpha 1 Red Right Hand were assigned to deal with the threat because it was so threatening. 0057, SCP-5776 breaches containment. 112, SCP-5776 leaves Site-19 and begins heading west for unknown reasons. 113, MTF Epsilon 11 and MTF Alpha 1 are assigned with containing the entity. 130, MTF forces make visual contact with the entity, which has taken the form of a redacted. 2 o'clock, MTF forces are able to get within firing range of SCP-5776 and slow it down with explosives. 5 o'clock, after 3 hours of constant bombardment, MTF forces request resupply which arrives shortly. 5:45, SCP-5776 turns around, and assumes the form of a large dragon. It becomes impervious to firearms. 6:16, SCP-Redacted is dispatched to deal with SCP-5776. 7 o'clock, SCP-5776 destroys the nearby town of Redacted, leaving a large crater behind. SCP-Redacted arrives on the scene. 7:30, SCP-5776 underestimates SCP-Redacted, which promptly data expunged it. After a battle spanning approximately 28 minutes, SCP-Redacted emerges victorious, and SCP-5776 is restrained and brought back to Site-19. SCP-5776 is one of the most dangerous objects in the world, let alone in Foundation custody, and can destroy everything if it wishes. It is definitely not cute. Footnotes. Footnote 1, it is very scary. Footnote 2, they're pretty worrying though, because SCP-5776 is very terrifying. Warning. Level 1/5776 classified. The following information is Level 1/5776 classified. Any unauthorized attempts to access this file will result in disciplinary action. Item number, SCP-5776. Level 1 Unrestricted. Containment Class, Safe. Disruption Class, VLAM. Risk Class, Notice. Important notice: any personnel who are found to have revealed this document to SCP-5776 will receive appropriate disciplinary action. Special containment procedures: under no circumstances must SCP-5776 discover the existence of this document. SCP-5776 is to be kept in a soundproof room in Sector 4 of Site-19, and should be placed in a glass container visible from the viewing window. If any member of staff wishes to read the documentation supplied outside SCP-5776's chamber, the containment room's window must be blacked out so the object cannot view the document in question. Description: SCP-5776 is an infohazardous entity that is able to alter descriptions of itself. This property has been shown to manifest only in textual, video, photo, or audio recollections. SCP-5776 typically chooses to display itself as an extremely hazardous entity with the ability to onset an XK-class end-of-the-world scenario, though in reality, it poses no known threat to human life. SCP-5776's infohazardous properties are only in effect when SCP-5776 is aware of the exact way it is presented in the medium. SCP-5776's effect is usually noticeable, with the altered depiction having some form of indication such as incorrect grammar, tone, or abrupt statements. These effects are believed to be unintentional. SCP-5776 is visually similar to a standard marshmallow, approximately 1.5 inches tall and 0.5 inches in diameter, and in neutral state displays a smiley face. When SCP-5776 discovers it has been portrayed in a non-threatening manner, the object's face will immediately shift to depict an angered expression. It is capable of limited mobility, including small hops, swaying gently and falling on its curved side to roll. It is currently unknown whether SCP-5776 is sentient. Recovery: SCP-5776 was discovered on the 29th of May, 2015, by Agent Addison during her break in a staff room in Site 19. The agent recalls consuming Haribo brand marshmallows during an off-duty lunch hour upon pulling SCP-5776 from her bag. The following is a description of camera footage taken during this event. Security footage description. Begin log. Agent Addison can be seen rummaging through the pack of Haribo brand marshmallows before pausing. Agent Addison: what? Agent Addison pulls SCP-5776 out of the bag. Agent Addison: ah. SCP-5776 displays an angered expression and begins wriggling in Agent Addison's hand, causing Agent Addison to release her grip and drops SCP-5776. Agent Addison shrieks, what the heck was that? Agent Wilson sat nearby: what's wrong? SCP-5776 begins swiftly rolling away, escaping the staff room. Following this log, SCP-5776 rolled halfway down the corridor before being stopped by Site Director Wilkinson. SCP-5776 was soon given anomalous classification and assigned containment procedures. Addendum 5776-1, Testing. To date, there have been 3 tests to determine the boundaries of SCP-5776's effect. The following is a description of each test performed on the item. Date: the 11th of June, 2015. Test 5776-001, D4415 was positioned directly in front of SCP-5776, and was prompted to write a visual description of the object. D4415 was instructed not to read aloud or show SCP-5776 the contents of the description. After the first sentence, D4415 was prompted to show the item how it was depicted. Afterwards, the writing was erased and rewritten. Results: no anomalous activity was observed until SCP-5776 was exposed to the writing. Following exposure, the text was immediately changed to describe an extremely hostile shape-shifting entity. SCP-5776 displayed an angered expression for approximately 5 minutes following this. After it entered a neutral state, the text was erased and rewritten. In response to this, SCP-5776 displayed an irritated expression and the text was again changed. Date: the 2nd of July, 2015. Test 5776-002, D4415 was instructed to write on a sheet of paper, "Are you able to think, speak, or otherwise communicate?" Note from researcher Gray, "We weren't sure if this would trigger a reaction, so you little puffball was added for good measure." SCP-5776 was then exposed to the text. Results: no anomalous activity was observed until D4415 revealed the question to SCP-5776. After exposure, the text was altered to display a shape-shifting entity capable of creating an XK end of the world scenario. On the opposite side of the page, a small ink smudge had notably increased in darkness. Microscopic analysis revealed the word "embarrassed" was written approximately 250 times in this space. It is unknown if this is a programmed response or if SCP-5776 was displaying sentience on this occasion. Date: the 6th of October, 2017. Test 5776-003, D5014, a former tattoo artist, was instructed to draw an accurate representation of SCP-5776 on a provided sheet of paper, facing away from the object. A researcher was then instructed to describe the drawing out loud. Approximately halfway through the drawing, D5014 was prompted to show SCP-5776 the produced drawing and continue until completion. Results: no anomalous activity was observed until SCP-5776 was informed of the nature of the drawing by a researcher. SCP-5776 displayed an angered expression upon hearing this description of itself, though the physical drawing did not alter. When D5014 allowed SCP-5776 to view the drawing, the already produced artwork immediately altered to depict an unknown creature. D5014 continued and seemed incapable of rendering an accurate depiction of SCP-5776. This caused D5014 mild distress and the test was concluded. Addendum 5776-2, Containment Update. On the 22nd of May, 2020, SCP-5776 discovered the existence of its documents. This is believed to have been caused by junior researchers reading the documentation loudly outside SCP-5776's room. This resulted in researcher Gray having to rewrite much of the altered text. Note: we thank researcher Gray for spending many hours on this endeavor. Following this incident, the current containment procedures have been put into place, now requiring SCP-5776's containment room to be soundproof,